right, family, are y'all ready to go on a wild-ass ride? Because today's interview is with a special type of dude, man. This guy is Toronto's Joker, and he is a wanted fugitive in Canada. He has a federal nationwide warrant, and the police cannot find this dude. But it's not like he's hiding either. In fact, peep this clip.
A wanted criminal from Ontario just made a TikTok where he mocked the ongoing search for him.
Telling me that this man right here, with every single tattoo on his face, is escaping the authorities.
So some of y'all know that I was a wanted fugitive from the state of Oregon for 8.5 years, but I went outside the extradition radius to the state of Florida on the opposite side of the country, and they could not get me, and that's how I evaded them, man. I didn't have to hide. But if I had a federal nationwide warrant, man, I would not be on the internet. I would not be having no phone that was linked to me. This dude is just top tier trolling the police by showing his face literally everywhere. In fact, he went so viral on TikTok that they banned his account, but don't worry, people still saved his videos, and he just continues to go viral on TikTok over and over again. Now he's got a new account, and it is steadily rising every minute of every day. Dude is quickly building into a whole legend in Canada and in the United States, so we got the interview with him, and we're gonna get into it right now. Y'all know what we gotta do first though, right? Let's go! Hey, what is up, guys? We are here with Toronto's Joker, man, and this dude's story is absolutely wild. Yo, brother, thank you for your time today, man. I have noticed you are absolutely blowing up, not just on social media, you are blowing up in the real news. Like, I went to look you up and I saw article after article. So tell me, what did you do to bring so much attention to what you got going on right now?
So pretty much, I guess living the Joker lifestyle. So I got 60 days left on my sentence. I was living in a facility that was not up to par with my standards, with people that I guess they do a little bit too much drugs, and I couldn't sleep, and I was going a little bit crazy. So I ended up vacating the situation, and I slept 15 hours that night when I left. That's how tired I was. And I don't want to swear or do anything in this interview too, because it has to be able to be posted everywhere, because a lot of these interviews, they might get blacklisted off our social media platforms. If we, is this a true thing or?
Yeah. So there's things that YouTube is particular about. There's things that all of the platforms are particular about. Being real blatant about the names of, substances, swear words, stuff like that. But if you slip up or anything, man, I could go back in the edit and I can just bleep out 1 second of it. So
all right.
As long as we're not going crazy, I appreciate you holding it back, bro. You doing good.
The story I'm about to tell is priceless. The things that happen in my life are just priceless. Priceless things.
You have been, it seems like you are taunting and trolling the police.
I don't understand how they're saying I'm taunting and trolling when I have not said a word.
Well, I did see a video of you making a TikTok right outside the police station, and you're very wanted.
I took that video, that picture, like a month before right now, and I wasn't even wanted. It was like randomly walking down the street. I took a selfie with that cop car, and I randomly posted it, and all of a sudden, I'm taunting them. It doesn't even make any sense. I never said a word. I have no problem with the police. I don't bug them. They usually don't bug me. They see me. They know who I am. They're like, oh, it's Joker, and I just keep going. Unless I'm in a situation like this when, but like, I'm not stupid, right? As soon as I'm not on parole, I will be on a CWI with a DND, 100%. They think I'm stupid. I read my disclosure. I'm being surveillance with drones, Cessna planes, 12-card rotated surveillance. You know what I'm saying? It's the biker lifestyle. You go to 4 or 5 clubhouses, all of a sudden you got cops following you everywhere. It's not rocket science, right?
Yeah, so like, bro, like especially when I was in Florida, I was close with a couple of the different clubs in Florida, and I loved those dudes. I had to tell them, look, man, like I can't keep messing with you guys, not because I don't trust you, but because I see how heavily surveilled you are, and I can't handle the heat, bro. Like, you guys just blow up the spot too much.
Bro, they're on like a next level of we don't give a F. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I find it. And all I do is go maintain fences and security systems for my uncle. He's the president and founder of a club, and I go and help and do whatever, right? So I'm not really like part of it. I don't really have cuts. I don't, but my whole family is pretty much Quakers, right? So it's kind of like I was born into it. When I was a kid, my father was Sergeant Arms Satan's Choice, and I pretty much grew up in a bar that was a clubhouse until I was about 10. Not grew up in, but I was around and doing everything. Then it moved to a mechanic shop and so on and so forth, right? So I have a grade 7 education. I never went to school. By the time I was in grade 8, I had a twin cam Saturn 5-speed. My father had 3 pet stores, and I was doing deliveries for him with a Pearlies. I tell people, do you know what a Pearlies is? And they're like, what the hell is a Pearlies? I'm like, this is a book that is a map that before there was ever a GPS system, you had to buy this book. And these people look at me like I'm insane. Like, what is a Pearlies? It's really funny.
Okay, so look, let's get into this, man. I noticed I was reading online and I saw that you were in a 10-car high-speed chase and they had dubbed you the baby driver. What is that about? Explain that to us.
So periodically I take trips to the penitentiary with, I don't know, a car. Let's just say it happened one time here. And, I had a DJI Fan 04 and I had a little shitty Cobalt this time. And I pulled up, and apparently a week before they installed a $1.2 million system at this penitentiary I was in that I just got out of, and I went back to go bring my buddy some dope. So I pull up, everything's going fine. All of a sudden I pull in, I get surrounded by 5 cars. I do the Dukes of Hazzard 180 out of this pileup of cars trying to box me in. It's about 5 or 6 penitentiary vehicles. And then I drive. And if I were to show you the thing, so there's this road that goes like this, and it has a corner, it has a turn, and then you go to like this little money office, and then Bath Road is right there. So as I went to hit this corner, they smashed me from behind. I did a 720 and I landed in the ditch. Right, so I got my operator beside me. He looks at me. He goes, "We're going to jail." And I'm pressing the gas and nothing's happening, right? I'm like, what the heck? So I look down and it's in neutral. So I got 7 cars in front of me, lined up like the baby driver. I slap it and drive. I drive right at them. I'm driving back towards the penitentiary on this road. It's very secluded. So there's a jail called Bath and a jail called Millhaven. So Bath is right here and Millhaven's right here. So I get to around this bend. The cops smash my car from the back, these federal penitentiary officers, and I smash my head off the GPS system. It says, make a left turn up ahead, which is the Bath Road. It's a road that rides the fence that keeps the medium security inmates in. So I ride this fence doing $130 in this little shitty Cobalt. They got $100,000 vehicles chasing me. I make it to the off, I make it to Bath, I make it out. And if you see where it is, Google Street View, you're going to be like, that was a task. I'm telling you. So they chased me for about 8 minutes. I get about a 2-minute head start on them around the corner, and it's an OPP service station. So I pull into the OPP service station, reverse into a shed. I roll up a blunt and watch all the cops fly by me. I sit there for 20 minutes, and I just drove home.
Wow.
Yeah,
so did
OPP
you ever end up getting in?
OPP
did you end up getting in trouble for that?
Pardon?
Did you end up getting in trouble for that?
I ended up getting arrested in my driveway 3 months later on a conspiracy organized crime charge, and I got a promise to appear.
So that's where the organized crime charge came from.
That was where it came from, and while I was on the run last time, I pled guilty via Zoom while I was on the run, and I got 7 more months. and the funniest is this Judge Griffin. He's really funny. He goes, well, I see you have some complications here with your federal parole. He's like, I'm going to give you your 7 months, and I'm going to let you take that up with your parole officer.
They seem so polite about things in the Canadian legal system. Like here, they're just like, yeah, we're going to give you 10 years and you're going in today. They seem much more polite about it there.
Oh, this place is like, this is a big, funny fiasco, because in the States, I would be in jail for life. Like the first time I got arrested when I was 19 years old, I had 3 felons. I would have been I got arrested first time was at a BMW in a business suit, and I was doing real estate fraud. I had a 535i BMW, and I had this Gucci tuxedo with these shoes. And I pretty much had like a little real estate guy that was giving me vacant houses, and I could go in. It would be a triplex. I change all the locks and put it on Kijiji and rent it. And I did this to like 160 houses before I got caught. And yeah, it was quite the ordeal.
That's crazy.
The worst part was going to court, and there's like 100 people in the courtroom. Like, and I'm in the box. Like, thank God I'm in custody. I would have been murdered in the court. There was 100 people in the courtroom trying to like scream at me. It was really funny.
Yeah, they were pretty upset that you took their money.
So they got me for like I think 35, 40 auto thefts, and then 120 real estate frauds, another bank fraud. And I was my first ever charges everywhere. Guess how much time I got for it?
How much time?
I pled guilty to 16 charges. They dropped like 130 charges, and I got 76 days.
Oh, damn, bro.
From that day on, I'm like, crime pays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's insane, because they won't even let me come to Canada because I'm a felon. And they're over there just handing out baby taps for stuff.
Well, this an actual couple people on TikTok that help you with that whole application and get you like a 48-hour pass.
That would be super cool.
Yeah, so look, I can send you the info on that after the interview.
Please do, bro. Please do. So they didn't get you on this high-speed chase during the chase. They got you months later. Have you ever been caught in an actual high-speed chase?
So on my article of me and my co-accused Alex Silk, I was drinking tequila and did a couple tabs of acid, and I don't know, I must have done a Xanny because I blacked out, but I didn't black out, right? So pretty much I'm having a great night. I'm about to go to this girl's house and hook my homie up with one of my homegirls because she would have liked him a lot, right? So I'm messaging her all night, and all of a sudden I get these like paragraph text messages on my phone, and I don't know. You know when you're in a state of mind where like you should just turn your phone off, because when you do LSD, nobody can get you mad. So pretty much, it did not go well. I started chug guzzling the tequila. I set up 3 cameras. I spray painted the whole trailer with a bunch of slander of somebody that I was pissing me off that night. And then I put 2 cans of propane, a can of nitrous oxide, a can of gasoline, and there was probably some other chemicals acquired in the trailer. And I made a big line. Then I reversed my truck right up to it. And while I was in the truck, I lit the floor, and the floor went over to the trailer, and the trailer blew the windows out. And I was recording on 2 phones and a GoPro on the roof of my car. So I was sitting in front of this trailer and it was burning for like an hour and a half. But then I hopped in my truck, unplated Denali, and I did 2 donuts in the front yard. So by the time I live in a 1-stoplight town called Margaret Lake. This place is like 5,000 people. Meanwhile, there's only like 400 people. There's nobody. Like, I was the king of the town. I could have done whatever the fuck I wanted, as long as if I didn't blow this trailer up, I'd still be there in the trailer. So I blew this trailer up. They started chasing me. I have the GoPro on the front of my car going front, and I have a phone up the sunroof. I run a red light. They stop chasing me. So I put the phone back in. I hand it to my co-accused, and I start chasing them. Right? And they think that I have all these firearms in the vehicle, right? Because I was shooting guns in my backyard, but I did not have any guns in the vehicle. What I did have was an airsoft rifle collection, my stereo, and a bunch of dirt bike helmets. That's all I really had in my truck. I had a bunch of stuff I was leaving there with. So they stopped chasing me. I start chasing them. So then I'm parked at this thing, and I can see like 20, 30 cops. They're all everywhere. And I do 2 donuts in the middle of an intersection, and I get chased for about an hour and 20 minutes. So an hour and 20 minutes into this chase, I stop for a coffee at Tim Hortons. And I'm like right out of it. I'm hallucinating worse than you could imagine, and I could barely see straight. But I was operating somehow. I don't know. So I'm in the drive-thru. I smoke a bong hit. I light up a cigarette. And as I look over to grab the coffee, the lady in the window, she points, and I'm looking up, and there's 3 or 4 different OPP jurisdictions surrounding me at this gas station, right? So I look at her, and I'm like, oh, this calls for 4-wheel drive, right? So I put it in 4-wheel drive. I hop the median. I go through the farmer's field. This is on Highway 7, just I would say northeast of Peterborough. And maybe I got the Highway 115. I don't really know where they spiked me, but they got me. So I'm driving for about 20 minutes, and now I got like serious police force behind me. I got OPP, I got Napanee, I got Quinte West, I got OPP headquarters, I got the whole works coming for me. Meanwhile, they're just behind me. So I got this pixel light, and this was keeping them away like a big distance. It shined like a bunch of different colors and lights, and it had a laser beam on it. So I would stick it out the sunroof, and I'd start shining it, right? So my buddy, he's sleeping during this situation. He's out cold in the passenger seat. This is hilarious. So boom, I see this cop on the right-hand side. I slow all the way down. I'm doing like 10. I roll down the window. I'm like, hey, buddy, what's going on, right? And I'm beeping the horn at him, everything, like laughing, bro. Like I'm hysterically laughing during this, and I'm still filming. So as this happens, boom, my tires are gone. So my buddy's in the passenger seat, and he like nonchalantly wakes up, and he's like, hey, bro, what's wrong with the truck? I'm like, bro, I told you an hour and a half ago we're getting spike strips tonight. You didn't hear me? He's like, nah, man. What's wrong with the truck, right? So as he wakes up and says this, I got like, I think 3 boxes of 9s and 6 boxes of 22s, and they're all just here. It's the only thing I had was boxes and boxes of grains. And I started throwing them out the sunroof, bro, and they're going off behind me, like maybe 300 bullets out the sunroof, right? And then I drive for 15 minutes with no tires. You know, this goes that way, that goes this way, this stuff just flying out the window everywhere. And finally, the truck starts just zigzagging, and my truck, it was like a big disappointment. I just put a 6-inch lift kit on it. I was not happy about this situation. So I hop out of the car, I take a selfie with 25 cop cars behind me. And I give them a 20-minute comedy speech freaking out about what happened that night because somebody pissed me off. And I'm high, don't piss me off. And then I did striptease. I did the whole shebang. I jumped off the roof of the truck. Okay? The cops, they're like, hit it. All of a sudden, all the lights on all the cars turn off. And I look down, and like all I got is like a pair of track pants on at this point. And I got like 20 laser beams on me, like right out of a movie, right? So boom, I throw the pants off. I'm like, what are you guys gonna shoot me, huh? Just shoot me. You're gonna shoot a naked guy on camera in front of 20 cop cars? I'm like, just throw the cuffs up over here. I'll put them on. I'll hop in the cop car. Sure enough, cuffs come flying on the ground. I put the cuffs on in front of me. I am butt naked with hair down to here, with 2 sheets of acid stuck in a bun. Okay? As I put the cuffs on, I pull up the acid. I'm like, don't worry, guys. I got a tab for each of you. Yo, hilarious, bro. All of a sudden, you just see the cop car. You just see all their phones taking pictures of me. Just me with the sheet in my hand, and they're all taking pictures of me, bro. So this is hilarious. So I get arrested for all this. So it's about a week later, and I'm in Lindsay jail. And they give you these COVID things. They tell you what's it called? How your heart rate. So it's like a thing you put on your finger for your heart rate, right? So I steal this thing from the nurse, all right? And I was in jail. I had a cell phone and I had a bunch of shit on me in that provincial jail. Like I went in and I refused to scan. They put me in a dry cell. I was in my cell on my phone for like 8 hours till it died. But then I had a charger, so I makeshifted the batteries from this little thing that goes on your finger. It tells your heart rate. I makeshifted
heart rate monitor.
I got like 6% charge on my phone. So then during this, the team is activated, right? So right after that, I pulled a sprinkler, and there's like a little piece of metal on the sprinkler. So I'm going completely insane in the cell. I've been up for like 7-8 days high on acid. Like I am just right out of it. Like I am making fun of the guards for like 35 hours at a time. Like anybody that came to the window was getting roasted. And when I mean roasted, like, yo, I was roasting everybody and everybody. So the team comes, kind of beat me up a little bit. They bring me down to the scanner. I don't have anything because I flushed everything. And the guy whispers in my ear, he's like, you're a fucking celebrity. Well, 2 days later, they give me the thing to put on my finger, and I do it all over again. So they kicked me out of Lindsay jail, which is really funny because 8 years ago I started a riot there, and I'm not allowed to be there. We had the freaking rafters on the off the roof. We had a door off the hinges. We were tunneling through the other range. It was wild. So after that all happened, I guess I get a 3-year sentence for this spike strip case. But the whole time I'm in jail, I still have bail. So the funniest part about this is when I got spike stripped in that truck, the only thing I had left in my hand when I was naked was my bail papers. I'm like, it does not say to keep the peace and be a good behavior. I'm like, technically my bail still stands. They said I couldn't be in the possession of an automated drone and I couldn't be around 3 people. Nowhere on that piece of paper did it say I had to be good.
That's fair.
This bail stood until, for years now, it stood while I was in there. I ended up getting 7 months, pleading guilty, waiting for sentencing. While I was waiting for sentencing, I got released. So I would have been able to do my parole, but then I would have got sentenced after my parole was done. I would have had to do it in a provincial jail. So I was there for 4 days and I left. And then about a month and a half later, I went Zoom on the run, got 7 months added to my 4 months. So it's like 11 months. And then about a week after, I was on the run. And they put me on the news for the first time. And I'm telling you, this was epic. Like the first time was epic. This time was like on another stratosphere of epic.
You were in a halfway house and you had 60 days left and you left the halfway house. So will there be added charges or consequences when they catch up to you?
Every time I've ever been arrested or on parole and took off, because it's like the 5th time, right? I've never ever gotten 1 day in jail for it.
Wow.
I don't know if you see how I converse with you or anybody around me, anybody that knows me. Yo, I'm a very, very nice person, bro. I treat everybody with mutual respect. I treat everybody the same. I don't look down upon anybody. I don't look up upon anybody. I am a humble guy. And the police know this. Like when the police arrest me, it's like the talk of their month, not the talk of the day or the week. Like they're talking about it for like a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like I am so nice. I don't even think they would ever charge me. I'm not a sex offender. I don't hurt people. They usually they catch me and they laugh about it and they're like, you know, ooh. I'm just so nice to them, you know what they say, right? You kill them with kindness, right? And that's like my main thing. I never disrespect any police officer. I don't know why they're thinking I'm mocking them, and I didn't mock them.
I guess maybe the internet is spinning it because
the picture speaks 1,000 words, and I guess this is one of those pictures, right?
Yes, sir. And even I on my video, I had taken that picture out of context. So let me apologize to you and to the Canadian police, because I thought with what I had seen in that context from the video where that picture was used, I thought that you were out there with a warrant in front of the police station taking TikTok videos.
It was good though. Hey, it was good. Your context is amazing. You better leave it just like that.
I will.
This is a picture speaks 1,000 words. It's just the picture is this one. It's different, right? Because these 1,000 words are just made up, you know.
Yeah. So
I've never been on TikTok mocking them. I've been in videos smiling. I haven't even said a word.
I've 100% seen that. I've 100% seen that, and people have sort of drawn their own conclusions from that.
And a man can't smile at the camera. Like, come on.
Yeah. So, like, you already have a legend that's preceding you.
Smile for the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. You
I don't know if y'all. So I guess none of y'all really ever see my tattoos much, eh?
I've looked you up and seen mug shots and different pictures. You seem to be a Monster Energy fan.
This right here. So this 300 and this monster, right? My whole neck.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's the back of my head, right? I don't know if you can see. I can't really see the camera that well, but this was done by a guy named Nolan Turcott. And this guy is the most spiritual Muslim brother, and he wouldn't tattoo anybody else on the range except for me because he's my good buddy, and I was getting like a lot of bad looks for it. It was really funny. But he redid both sides of my head, the young Joker. He redid both buildings burning, and I have a skull on the back of my head with the skyline of Toronto burning and the sunglasses of the skull.
Yeah.
And he did this monster symbol, which I think looks pretty cool. I haven't contacted Monster yet. I'm probably waiting. They're going to contact me before anything.
Sponsorships in the bag.
And he did this 6. Nolan Turcott did this 6. It was maybe my 3rd face tattoo 5 years ago, and I ended up finding him again. And if you Google Nolan Turcott, I am telling you, this guy's been in jail since he was 16 years old. He's on 3 murders, and he's the most humble man. And there was only 1 murder on the street. The other alleged murders were in jail. There's books about him, and he's like one of my best pals, man. I'm telling you, man, he is a good dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of my first cellies when I was in prison was he was down on double life for murder. He murdered his uncle, which on the surface sounds bad. His uncle was molesting his little sister, and he went to the police about it. The police wouldn't do anything. So this young man, he was 17 at the time, and he did whatever it took to take care of his little sister. Most humble, coolest dude, but serious as a heart attack, man. Serious as a damn heart attack. Like, you don't want to mess with him. He's not a big dude either. He's a small dude, but like big dudes would not mess with this dude. It just tells, like, when you see somebody on paper, it's not representative of their character. It's not representative of the individual. It's not representative of anything except a moment in time. And speaking of paperwork, I wanted to just say, you have told a story that is absolutely incredible. And a lot of people might question the validity of it. I just want you guys to know, like, I have the paperwork from this. It was sent to me last night. Everything that he just said is backed up by the police. The police are like, yeah, he lit a trailer on fire, the donuts, the high-speed chase, a nice little striptease. It was a nice striptease, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they worked hard to catch him. He gave him some entertainment at the end of it. I think it was nice of you to offer him each a hit, too. I mean, L isn't that cheap, bro. You were trying to do him a solid. So, man, while I've got you here, what's next for you?
Well, apparently I'm being shopped around right now by a couple different managers of mine. But I guess we could talk about these viral videos on TikTok. I don't think we've spoken about them yet today.
Yeah, so you got your account banned.
So I got my account banned, and in one night I'm already back to 3,000 followers.
Yes. Yeah, I got banned last week at 1.1 million, and it's a little hit, but bro, you have a savage cult following.
Bro, listen to this one. So there was a group of kids, okay, like, I don't know, 20, 30 kids, and they had signs with my face on it, free Mikey, and they were standing in front of my stepmother's house. Okay, and they were standing on the sidewalk with all these signs. Does he live here? Does he live here? We want his autograph. He was really
Yeah, so the video that I put up of you late last night, I woke up and it was already at 100,000 views. It's at 178,000 views now, and rising. Like, every time I refresh, it's up another 1,000 views. So people really,
I think I got over 1,500 followers just from your fan base off it.
Well, good, man. People really like your story, man. Your story is really dynamic. It has a lot of elements in it. And I've seen a lot of other creators that, like, you are going viral right now. The videos that they're doing about you, people really, really like it.
And it's really iconic, right? I'm getting a lot of, like, so, like, I would say every hour I get like over 400 followers, and I get maybe 9 to 1,000 comments and likes, which is really, really annoying on TikTok because every time you go and it says 99, and like that's the most annoying thing in the world. And then I click on it, and sometimes it's like 900 comments and like I don't know 100, 200 followers, and it's just going ridiculous.
Well, I have a feeling, unfortunately, I have news for you that I hope you don't find it hurtful. You're probably just going to be getting more of those 99s nonstop. I've been dealing with that and living with that for over a year. And it's just my main thing is that I like to be able to comment back to as many people as humanly possible. And having big platforms on YouTube and TikTok, you know, YouTube's always my priority because my community here is just amazing. It's impossible to be able to give people the responses that they deserve.
Well, this guy right here, he deserves this response. This guy's epic. I'll show you one. This guy made my day yesterday. Okay, so where is it? Let's go to his page here. Let's turn it up. This guy is hilarious.
RIP in the chat. What a fucking legend.
Yeah.
RIP in the chat.
This guy's the man.
I saw that dude, man. I saw that dude. That dude's great. I don't know why TikTok banned you. I know why they keep banning me. It's because I keep talking about murking chomos.
They need to get Dexter Morgan.
Yeah, dog. Bro, why didn't Dexter start going after chomos, bro? You know he had to run out of serial killers at some point. He should have just started like, bro, there's no, especially here in the States. I don't know how it is in Canada, but bro, there are so many diaper sniffers over here, bro. The baby bandits are just out in the fucking playgrounds all the time, dog.
But the difference between the States and Canada is Canada, you're going to registry and you don't know where they are. In the States, you go on a registry and you can click on this application and it will tell you where every single sex offender is. In Canada,
it's funny. Have you ever heard of the Alaskan Avenger?
No, I have not.
So he's one of my best friends. He's doing 19 years in Alaska right now because he used that registry to hunt them down, break into their houses, and beat them with a hammer. We're trying to get him out. We're spreading a petition right now to get Jason Vukovich out because he's already served 10 years, which is longer than all of those Chomo sentences combined. And he didn't even kill anyone. He just maimed them with a hammer, told him he was there to avenge the children that they had hurt. Yeah, that registry has been used before for a hunting ground.
So my last pen bid before this pen bid is kind of like I had a little episode at this building where some guys tried to come get me, and I jumped the 17th floor balcony to like the neighbors, 17th floor too. Then I walked through her apartment, and they were kicking the door in the apartment I was in. So as soon as I heard the door go down, I opened up her door and I went out, and I went to the next floor down. I got an elevator to the second floor, and I was paranoid they were in the lobby too. So I knocked on a random person's door on the second floor, and I ran through their apartment, and I hopped off the balcony, and my taxi driver was waiting there. It's the same guy I used 3 times that day. I didn't know this. I was using taxis. I was doing my thing there, right? And I had 2 customers in the back seat, and I hopped in the seat between the middle of them. As this happened, 5 cop cars pulled in the building, and I told the taxi driver, "You better move this fucking car. I'm on 3 bails and house arrest. We gotta go." You know what I mean? He doesn't know this, but I'm on 3 bails. Yeah. It took me like 8 months to get out of jail. I had to just pure show cause bail hearings. So he doesn't want to move the car. What's going on? He starts screaming. I nonchalantly hopped from the back seat through the middle to the front seat. I took a screwdriver out, I pulled it out, and I opened his door, and I just like unzipped his little whatever his what do you call it? His seatbelt, and I just gave him a boot. I kicked him right out the car, and it was just like Grand Theft Auto. I swear to God, it was really funny.
If and when they do catch up with you, they'll take you back to the halfway house and you'll serve the rest of the 60
No,
days?
I just go do my 60 days and it's done with. There's no more stat releases. If you have less than 90 days, you have to go do it all.
They'll take you to the local jail and you'll do it there?
60 days. They'll probably just leave me there. I just want to do one more thing, make a shout out to everybody that's been helping me emotionally, mentally, physically, everybody out there. You know I have a lot of haters and I have a lot of fans, but it doesn't really matter what y'all say in the comments. I don't take nothing to heart, so I ain't gonna show up at your mama's house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, right on, man. Hey, big love and respect to you, dude. Like, you are one of the most calm and respectful people that I've ever talked to, who has a story that is so phenomenal and so sensational. I have no doubt that we are going to be seeing and hearing a lot more from you.
You are officially one of my best pals, internet-wise, Zoom-wise, you know what I'm saying? So, well, you know what I'm saying? It's Young Joker, logging off, checking out, and once again, catch me if you can.
One, two, Joker's coming for you. 3, 4, just the benzo is no more. 5, 6, you better pick up sticks. 7, 8, I'ma put him in the lake.